be happy. We had a teacher the other day call one of her students biatch. See, I don't treat y'all like that. Pendleton, I don't treat y'all like that. Y'all hate me. I don't understand that.
I think if we got you fired up enough, you would.
No.
We're just nice to you.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, we keep it real.
Keep it real.
Pendleton, settle down. What? I think Pendleton hates me. I really do.
So the test and the homework are due on the same day?
What'd you say?
The test and the homework are gonna all be due like you're gonna give us like.
I will set the dates on the test, and then I'll set the dates on the homework. So we'll worry about that Tuesday.
Sorry about that.
Everybody should have their homework about done, because this is the last section. So if y'all worry about anything on the homework, y'all be worried about 2.4. Just 2.4.
Wait, we got homework in this class?
No, I'm gonna be like Bernie, and I'm just gonna give everybody an A.
I appreciate that.
Because I want y'all to be ready for the real world, and the real world is not cutthroat. When you go to a job, they're gonna give you a desk, they're gonna give you a nice paycheck, and all you have to do is sit at that desk and smile. What am I gonna multiply by?
Shit.
5.
I'm gonna multiply by 5. Get rid of the fraction. So that's going to be 400 less than 87 plus 85 plus 97 plus 85 plus x less than 450. This is how you figure your test grades, what to make on the final exam. So you might want to write that down. To keep a B, this is a B, in the class, and an A, between a B and an A. And you have an 87 on Unit 1, an 85 on Unit 2, an 97 on Unit 3, and an 85 on Unit 4. What do you need to make on the final to keep a B in the class? So you might want to write that down. Now, somebody add all those up in the middle. I'm not going to do it. So 400 is less than 450. And somebody add those up in the middle and tell me what you get.
354.
I'm sorry, what?
354.
354. And how do you get rid of positive 354? Minus 354. And x has got to be between 400 minus 354 is what? 46? Somebody help me out there.
That's right.
And 450 minus 354 is 146, no, 106, what is it?
96.
96. So you have to make between a 46 and a 96 on the final exam to keep a B in the course. This is a very good example for your other classes. Now, I will tell you on the test, I'm going to keep the inequalities just to inequalities. I'm not going to do the graphing inequalities because you don't need that in business and marketing. You need to know how to algebraically solve for well, you do use the inequalities, but you don't use them. You do with piecewise functions, you do, but you don't use them for anything else. Okay, so that's the question. Da 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 da. There it is. Okay. That's the test question. It's a standardized test question. It's also a real world question in your other classes. Okay. The mean is maybe this is I don't. Okay, solve this one. I just want you to solve it because I want you to algebraically solve it. This is a decimal. So how am I going to clear the decimals?
Times
Multiply by 100.
Times by the furthest decimal point. You're going to multiply the whole thing by 1,000. Do that. Multiply by 1,000 because of that 6 right there. So do that. So, did anybody watch American Horror Story 1984?
I missed it.
I'm not kidding.
Well, it's pretty much it was Friday the 13th redone. It has the goofy actors, the promiscuous actresses and actresses, and it has all that, the plot, and the dumb counselor. The head counsel is stupid, and the homicidal killer that walks around, and his name is Mr. Jingles instead of Jason. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, if you watch Friday the 13th, Part 1, and you watch 1984, the only difference is they play 80s music in 1984. That's the only difference. It even takes place at Camp Redwood, which the other one is Camp Crystal Lake. So.
There was baseball on last night.
I don't like baseball.
What?
I'm not a caveman, Jake. I'm sorry.
What does that even mean?
I don't worship athletics. I don't worship Clemson football. I'm not a caveman.
You don't gotta worship it, but I don't know.
Oh, listen. There's people that worship it and sacrifice live animals to it. So don't even go there.
Do you still watch the Clemson football game on TV?
I'll watch and see what the score is.
Are you at least gonna watch the Georgia game this week?
I'm gonna watch Georgia beat up on Notre Dame. Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to bet?
I want to see it.
I bet you Georgia runs all over Notre Dame.
What you taking? How many points?
Oh, I told you I'm not a caveman. I'm just bet, okay?
Who's y'all's running back this
Are you
year?
going to vote the spread, or are you going to say, I don't do all that, just bet?
Who's y'all's running back this year?
What?
Dude, they run like 6.
Oh, they run 6? Yeah. I was asking who's y'all's running back this year.
Georgia, they got like
Yeah.
15. I think Georgia, well, let me just put it to you this way. I think Notre Dame is going to play the first game of the season.
Well, they struggle with Louisville.
Exactly.
Right.
Louisville sucks.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to move the 1, 2, 3. So 23,000 or 32,000 less than or equal to 1, 2, 3, 550x minus 2886 less than 8,500. 85,000, sorry. Now, I'm going to add 2886, add 2886, and no, you do not need a calculator to add 2886 to those two numbers. If you do, that's sad. But please don't raise your hand and say I did, okay? I'm just saying, if it takes you a calculator to add a 2 and a 2, then that's sad. 34, 886, 550, x, less than 87, 886.
I was just double checking.
Now take your calculator and divide by 550. Unless you're Rain Man, you're not going to be able to do that. So take your calculator and divide by 550. Is it okay to say Rain Man? 550. And x is less than or equal to, somebody give me the left hand parameter. 63.43, and the right hand?
159.8.
That's good enough. And that's your answer. This is a test question. I don't really care about giving you a bunch of word problems, okay? The only care I got right now in chapter 2 and 1 is that you can do the mechanics of the algebra. Does everybody understand that? If I give you a word problem, it will be pretty self-explanatory. It's not going to be a tricky one. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to trick you. Except Jake, because I don't like him. Okay? There we go. 63
me, though.
to 160. That's easy to do. Are you one of them guys that drive around in a truck that's squatted down in the back? Are you one of those guys?
Lord knows. No,
Looks
I'm
like a
working.
dog scratching his rear end on the carpet.
Well, it's because Daddy only gave him half the money for the lift kit. He didn't have the money to lift the backside.
Y'all need to tell me, y'all need to explain that to me one day. Somebody please explain that to me. Guys like that wear baseball caps that don't curve the bill. Anyway, I say that to my son, it makes him mad. Anyway,
Flat
let's
bills
go
actually
to
keep
the,
the sun out of your face better than curved bills, though.
whatever.
Proven fact.
I'm not going to say anything. Let's go to the email and go to the homework questions. Y'all sent some homework questions in. That means y'all actually doing some homework. I'm glad to see that. 2.4, number 6. I have no idea what these look like, so I'll tell you if they're a test question or not. Solve graphically by the intersection method. So go ahead and solve. Let's see. Let me just see. Look, go ahead and solve it. Solve it by. It's going to be x is equal. Okay, just solve it. Some of these questions I don't. It is a test question, but I'd rather have x and y in here because 5x minus 2 less than 2x minus 8. Bring the 2x across the river, and it becomes 3x. Take the 2 across the river, and it becomes negative 8, or 6. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X is less than or equal to negative 2. Now, let's go back to our original rules for our inequalities. I forgot to add this. These two, what kind of circle do they get? An open circle. Do they get parentheses or brackets? Parentheses. And what kind of a line on a graph do they get? A dashed line. These two guys get what kind of circle? A closed circle. What kind of brackets or parentheses?
Brackets.
Brackets. And a solid line on a graph. So, now remember your graphing rules. If x is equal to a number, it's parallel to what axis? The other one. Y. If x is equal to a number, If x is equal to a number, it's parallel to y. If y is equal to a number, it's parallel to what? X. Okay, so this one's parallel with y. So -2, and I don't know if the MyLab Plus gives you the ability to do a dashed line, but it should be a dashed line. I'm sorry, solid line.
But
No coughing in class. Need to lay off the Marlboro Reds and things will kill you.
It tastes good though.
I prefer Copenhagen.
Okay, let's go with -2. And there. That should be it. And I got it wrong. Did I do something wrong?
What if you put it on the?
Oh, they want you to graph both lines. I'm sorry. I thought they wanted you to solve it. Okay, my bad. I did the wrong thing. I didn't read the directions.
Don't let it happen again.
So, graph the first line. The first line has a y-intercept of -2. Y-intercept of -2. That means -2 is right here. And what kind of slope do we have? 5 up, 1 over. So 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 over. I go down on purpose because I love the students that were told, oh, you have to go up. No, you don't. Tell you what, some of these teachers shouldn't be teaching math, telling you have to do this and you have to do that. It's a conspiracy. I did that. Y'all impressed, aren't you? That dang old trainer. There you go. All right, there's that one. Now we'll do the other one in blue. The other one, -8.
Oh, I'm retarded.
You okay? You okay? Sound like you're dying.
I'm fine.
All right, yeah, you'd have to communicate if you were dying. 2 over 1. So 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Looks like to me they're crossing. I gotta find blue line color. There we go. And they're crossing at 2 and -12. 2 and -12.
I have one of those questions, and it literally like.
Well, wait a minute. I'm trying to see if they want the feasibility region. They want the If they want the feasibility region, you need to pick a point in that region, which I would pick -2 and 0, and see if it works. I don't know what they're wanting, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to pick -2 and 0 to see if it works, because it's inside the region, see here? So I'm going to pick it and see what happens. So 5 times -2 is less than, or -2, is less than 2 times -2 minus 8. And -2, -5, that's negative what, 10? That's going to be -12 is less than positive, that's -12, right? Is that -12? Y'all check me. And of course that doesn't work. So chances are your feasibility region is going to be out here. So I don't know what they're asking. I'm just going to hit final check and let's see what they want. And it should be, that should be the answer. I thought they were wanting us to solve it. Okay, they got something totally different. That's not right. Oh, I got negative slopes. I'm sorry. Let's just do the question over. I have a bad day like everybody else, people. First of all, I read the question wrong, so we're just going to do it again. What is your solution? I don't care. 3, 3. Just give me a second to get rid of this. And similar questions. Okay, here we go. Now that I know what they want, I apologize for that. I just did, I don't know why I did the opposite slopes. All right, 6x plus 3. Y is equal to 6x plus 3. You got a y-intercept of 3. And then we're going to go 6 up, 1 over. And it's a positive slope. So 6 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 over. 6 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 over. So that should be our slope. And hopefully I didn't screw that up. Okay, we're going to call that the blue line. I need to rotate it a little bit. Okay, everybody with me? And we'll do the red line. -5. -5, 4, 5 is right here. And 2 over 1. So 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Take the red marker. I think it's crossing at -2 and -9. I may be off a little bit. Let's see if -2 and -9 is the answer. Oh, I can't go through. Let's just check it algebraically and see if it's it. -2. Plug in -2 and it should come out right. -2, and I don't need a y. So plug in -2, and that should be correct. 6 times -2 plus 3 less than 2 times 2 minus 5. 6 times -2 is negative what? -12? -12 plus 3 is less than -4 minus what? 5? What's -12 plus 3? 9. -9 is less than -9. So it comes out to be equal. So that means that that's where it crosses. So it should be -2 and -9. The way this question is set up, I don't like, as you can tell. They should just say, find the two intersections. This throws you off because you could actually solve that and get 2, which that's where it is, and then back substitute. So that's what I thought we were doing at the beginning. So sorry about that. Next. Okay, so we just did, which one did we do? This one, that was 6. Yep. So let's delete that one. Number 7. Okay, the graphs of two linear functions f and g are shown in the following diagram. Domains are all real numbers. Solve the equation f of x is equal to g of x. Solve the inequality g of x is less than, or f of x is less than g of x. And I guess they're wanting the solution set. So where do you have the equals? It's where they what? Where they intersect. So that's going to be 4, comma, what? 1. So parentheses, 4, comma, 1. Okay? Then I have no idea what they're asking for. Oh, they want to know X. They don't want to know Y. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, where is f of x less than g of x? Where is f of x less than g of x? So which one's f of x? The blue or the red?
The blue.
The blue is f of x. So where is f of x values less than? Now they're talking about x. They're talking about x. Now I'm assuming because they don't have, where is y? Where is y in f of x less than y in g of x? Well, it looks like here y is going down, right? And y here is going up. Now, if I'm reading this question right, where is f of x less than g of x? From 4 to infinity. Does everybody see that? What's the values of y for the yellow? The values of y. -2, -2, -4, -6. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the values at 5 and -2? What's the value at g of x? 2, 4, 6, 8. So which is greater? This is greater than this. So how do you write that? From 4 to infinity. Now with these questions, I don't know. These are not the best test questions because they're very vague. Oh, yeah, g of x is greater. I would say from 4 to infinity if I was doing this problem, but I really don't know what this one's asking. 4, comma, infinity. They don't even have an infinity down here, so I know that they're not wanting infinity. So I'm probably going to get it wrong. I don't know what they're going to ask for. X is greater than 4. X is greater than or equal to 4. Now that's an example. This is a prime example. If you did this on a test, I would grade it correct. Is everybody with me? This is this question is not written. It should say, write interval notation, or it should say set builder notation. They should take all answers right there. They should not just take this answer. So, are these the same answers? Yes. So, not a good test question because it can be what? Tricky. At least I tell you if it's a good test question or not. This is a test question. So go ahead and write it down. We're going to let Jake explain it. What do you say, Jake? You want to explain it?
No. I don't get paid
Come on,
for all
Jake.
that. I don't get paid for that.
It's not in your job description.
That's right.
34.492 less than 0.496 x minus 4.692 less than 66.732. I would multiply through by 1,000. Now that's up to you, but the reason I would do that is because I don't like depending on the calculator. But some of y'all were on the calculator drill team in high school, so. Jake, were you on the calculator drill team?
Lord, no. I barely showed up in high school.
34,492 less than 496 minus 4,692 less than 66,732. Now I'm going to add 4692 And no, you do not need a calculator for that. Probably. 496x less than, and that's going to be 4, 8, 11, and 39. Somebody check my math. And that's going to be 4, 12, 14, and 71. Y'all check my math, please.
Yeah.
And now take your calculator and divide by 496. Did y'all check my math? Did both sides?
Yep.
Thank you, Pendleton. All right, somebody give me the left side.
79.
79.
Whoa.
Thank you. And the other one should be what?
144.
How much?
144.
And that should be your answer. I'm glad they came out even. Thank you, Pendleton.
Of course.
Poor girl's gonna get clotheslined when she goes outside. She's gonna walk out the door. You know, that happened one time. I'll tell you a story. If you won't complain, I had a classroom, and there was 2 Barbies sitting in the back. You know, Barbies, they play with their makeup all the time. And there was several Bubbas and Bubettes sitting up front. Westo, Mossy Salem, Crescent, you know.
Easy.
Anyway, they one of the girls in the Bubettes answered a question, and I was going over something in class. This was at the Pendleton campus, second floor, Oconee Hall, and she answered the question. And when she answered the question, there was like the silence. You know, like in church when you laugh and everybody's quiet and there was this dead silence, and the 2 Barbies in the back were talking about something, and it wasn't math. And just as soon as she said that, I said, well, I see where you're getting the answer, but that's incorrect. And they were talking about Susie and whatever, and she said, she's so stupid. And when it got real quiet. So Babette thought that Barbie was saying that she was stupid. Well, the class was over. I was sitting at the desk. Y'all know how Oconee, the desk is at the front and the door's to the left. Okay? I was sitting in there, in peripheral vision, I saw the Babettes leave. And then I saw the Barbies leave. And right after the Barbies left, I saw a blonde blur. And that girl clotheslined that Barbie. And all I saw was a blonde blur and knocked her out. Of course, she was expelled because you're not supposed to do that. But that's always, be careful, Jake. Be careful what you say, because you could have a Barbie knock you out.
That's right.
After class. So Pendleton, whoever answered the question, I hope you don't get knocked out when you go outside, because they don't want you to talk to me. Okay? I appreciate it, though.
Don't worry, she's the mean one.
Oh, we should.
Oh, dang.
Daggone.
He called her out.
Ooh, whoo. I think we'll go to the next question. I'm going to leave that one alone. Be like that teacher. I told y'all about the teacher here that called their student I told y'all about that. We're still getting over that. That happened Tuesday.
Oh, that was recently?
Yeah, that was Tuesday. The bitch. That was Tuesday. No, the Barbie getting clothesline, that was like my second year teaching. I was in Oconee Hall, and I was teaching. It was a math 155. And Bubette cleaned her clock. Knocked her out. So we had to call like 911 because she was out.
Hey,
Wait.
that's the West Oak way, baby.
No, it was two girls.
Two girls.
Barbies and Babettes.
I thought that was.
And you know Barbies and Babettes don't get along very well.
No.
Okay? So anyway, next one. This is 11.
You the one who reported her and got her expelled?
No, security.
Just open it.
Okay, we just did that
Cat fight.
one. 12. Y'all sending me questions just to do your homework? Is that what y'all are doing?
Yeah.
I expected that out of Jake, but the
I don't think
business
I've seen you
purchase
got one.
equipment of, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't think I've ever
7,500
seen
and
one.
depreciates it over 5 years with the straight line method until it reaches its salvage value of $2,500. Assuming that the depreciation can be for any part of year, answer the questions. Write an equation that depicts this function. So that means we got to use the handy dandy what? Slope and what? That looks like what it looks like. I hope we don't have 15 questions.
Oh.
So go ahead and find the slope in the equation of that line.
Alright, let's get it.
Yeah. Knock yourself out there, Einstein.
Is that pre-workout?
What?
Is that pre-workout?
Post.
Post?
Yeah, I work out before I don't work out while I'm at school.
You and Jackson.
I work out before I come to school. And this is vodka and cranberry juice.
Oh. Can I have some?
He says what?
Post-workout? Never heard of that before.
He said it was.
Vodka and cranberry juice.
That's what I got in this thing.
You the man, Jake.
That's the only way I get through your class.
Yeah, it's so terrible. Look at Pendleton. I mean, they hate me.
I was working out with Scott Harvey yesterday, and he said to tell you that.
Hey, you tell Scott Harvey that
He's
I'll
gonna kick
kick
your
his
ass.
ass. You tell Scott Harvey that I'll kick his ass.
He said to tell you the same thing.
Scott's a good guy. He's funny. He is so funny. Are you working out at the Y?
Golds.
Oh, he switched to Golds? I
Yeah.
thought he was at the Y.
He's at the Golds now because they have a sauna and it's nicer.
Yeah, you tell him I'll kick that ass. Y'all ever heard of Roy D. Mercer? Y'all ever heard of Roy D. Mercer?
No, sir.
Okay, you'll have to look it up. Look it up on YouTube, Roy D. Mercer. That's where that comes from. I used to send him links to Roy D. Mercer, and Roy D. would call up people and tell them that he was going to kick their ass. And Scott would just laugh, and he never heard of Roy D. Mercer. They called up Goldberg one time. Y'all know Goldberg?
Yeah.
Has he got his own radio show? I think I've heard of him.
They called up Goldberg one time.
He's
Okay.
like, is it a country voice?
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to pick 2,500 and 3,500. Why am I going to pick those two? Because the smaller numbers. You could pick 2 and 5,500 and 0 and 7,500. I don't care. Let's go with 7,500 and 0. And Jake, you pick one.
What?
You know, get off the porn and pay attention. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Pick one. Pick a point.
45.
45, and he had to pick a fraction, of course. I guess that's 3 since he picked the one in the middle. Thanks a lot, Jake. So, 0, 7,500, and 3, comma, 4,500. So this is x of 1, y sub 1, x of 2, y sub 2. Slope is equal to delta y over delta x, which is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. 4,500 minus 7,500. 3 minus 0. Now, what is 4,500 minus 7,500?
3,000.
Negative 3,000 divided by 3. Negative 1,000 is our what? Slope. So now we've got a point and a slope. We use the what? Point-slope equation. So y minus, and I'm going to skip a step here. I'm going to use 0 and 7,500. Why am I going to use 0 and 7,500? Because it's got a 0 in it. It's easier. So y minus 7,500 is equal to negative 1,000 times x minus a negative 1,000. Y minus 7,500 is equal to negative 1,000 x. Now what is negative 1,000 times a positive 1,000? Negative 10,000? Heck, I don't know. Too many zeros. I think it's more than that. I think it's 100,000. We'll check it. Somebody take 1,000 times 1,000. That's 10 to the 6, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
100,000.
1 million.
Oh.
Y'all check it. And then add 7,500, so y is equal to negative 1,000 x. What is minus 1 million plus 7,500?
$99,500.
992,500 if y'all did it right.
Yep.
That should be your answer. So let's check it. And if it's not right, we quit.
Yep.
Because evidently I've had too much today. Where's the freaking box? Oh, there it is. It was behind the dojigger. There we go. So negative 1,000 x minus 99,500. Good God Almighty, what's wrong with it now?
Use commas.
What did I do wrong?
Holy jump.
It's conspiring against you.
Okay, somebody tell me what I did wrong. I got the negative 1,000, so I did the, okay, somebody, 1,000t minus, okay, I did something wrong. Somebody,
Where did you get 1,000 times?
heck, I don't know. Oh, that's supposed to be 0. Why did I get 1,000? Y'all, excuse me. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's about time to quit anyway. 0. We're gonna put 0 in there. I don't know where the 1,000 came from. Y'all didn't say anything, so
Penalty.
Pendleton, thanks a lot.
Hey, that's racist.
All right. And 1,000 times 0, I don't know where 1,000 came from. I'm sorry. After you teach 2 or 3 classes, you get kind of brain dead. I'm sorry. And 7,500. There we go. At least I found my error. I just made up 1,000. I don't know where that 1,000 came from. That's all right. You can put it on Pendleton. You can put it on my evaluation right below. You hate me. You can put I'm drunk. That's what you can do. All right. It says write a inequality
You're drunk.
using I can't read it, hold on.
What do you have to be?
Write an inequality using t as the variable that indicates that the depreciated value of v, blah, 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 is less than 4,500. Well, you would put a 4,500 in front of it, and it's less than, so that would be this way. So it would look like this, 4,500, and they want the depreciation to be what? Less than 4,500, so that would be what? Less than, did it say equal to? No. So 7,500 minus 1,000t, which nobody writes it like that. It would be 4,500 greater than negative 1,000t plus 7,500. Question, right, complain on that one. Let's see if, I'm just going to type in 3, because if I don't type it in exactly like it's written, I'm going to get it wrong anyway, so. And my track record today is not very good. Is that what they got? Yeah. Oh my God. How many parts this got? A through Z? What does this say? I despise these with like 5 parts. Write an inequality that describes t during the depreciation value at least half of the original value. Well, that's going to be equal to half. So it says, write an inequality that describes the time during depreciation value to be at least. What does at least mean? At least means that the lowest value is half the value. So half of V less than or equal to 7,500 minus 1,000t. That's what that would be. Half V, because V is your outcome. Everybody with me? So 1/2 V, half the amount, is the lowest value, which means at least. So less than or equal to 7,500 minus 1,000t. This is just a drill to make sure you can draw the inequality the right way. Okay? And half of 7,500 is what? 3,750. So there it is, least. That's the least number. Is this a test question? The first part is the test question. I like the first part, but all that other stuff, you know, it's okay, but let's just make sure you can turn the inequality the right way and make sure you don't put a negative under it, an equal sign under it, and here you do, because at least means that it's inclusive. Okay, that takes care of that, and I am going to give y'all a break today.